Welcome back, everyone. It is NewMutator, and I'm bringing you the Myth World Cup 2012. It is Myth 2 Soul Blighter is the game, and gosh, we're already in the bottom bracket. One team is going to be eliminated after this match. It is Deer versus Ageha. And yeah, it's looking like it could be either team as Vantobia leads the Deer squad here in the south. They're going to be green. Sight Switch, Sasper, and Jahral are also here. Terry the Kid is going to be leading the Ageha squad. They're going to be purple. They're in the north here. Kabuki, Ape, and Aki have shown up, so it's 5-on-4. Couple of things is you know, Ageha, usually they field about 6 players or so, but it doesn't look like they were able to do so this time. They're missing a couple of players. Ginga conspicuously absent, and KAO as well. And so, you know, and then also for Deer, probably the one person who is absent that I would not expect to be absent is Drunken. I would imagine him to be here to lead his team to victory, but instead Vantobia is going to have to lead the Deer squad, and we'll see exactly how that goes in this game. It is game type is Assassin, so basically you want to kill the fetch, because if it says here each team begins with an assassin target and is eliminated if their target is killed. The team that kills the most assassin targets at the end of the game will win. And so Vantobia splitting up the units here. He says, Jahral, go this way and annoy them from the sides. And Jahral says, yeah, I'll go east and then up. Just confirming that. And Ageha pretty diligent in getting their games played, I must say. I have this match. This is the first set of films that I have, and then the second set of films that I have also feature Ageha. So maybe I'll do both sets of films in one go. We'll see as we get going. You know, as we get further into it, what happens. But Jahral says Deer forever. Okay, well, we'll see if that actually is the case or not. So the fetch are the assassin targets. So we'll see exactly how these teams decide to utilize them, because they're super offensive. They can be utilized very effectively in terms of killing units, but at the same time, if you lose your fetch, you will lose the game type little by little. The more fetch you lose, the more the opposing team is winning. So there's a fine line between using the fetch and trying to keep them hidden, trying to keep them out of harm's way, so your opponents aren't able to inflict any damage. And the other interesting thing I want to mention is the presence of the Bray Unor on this map. They may or may not be very effective in sniping the fetch. One thing is they do have a ranged attack where they throw these excuse me, these bones made out of yeah, these bones. They're just straight up like jaw bones, and they throw them, inflicting damage. But it's not a very long range attack. Like here we see them doing that on these goals here. Ape has a significant melee force, but I don't think he's going to commit here. He's just going to get in. He's going to see that Warlock, and he's going to get out. And a Berserk gets taken out in that encounter there. Sight is going to press with his Warlock and try to take this high ground here. So we see immediately a couple of differences here. We see all 5 of Ageha's fetch lining up there we see you know, being used to block fireballs and things of that nature. So Age, you know, not spreading out, just pretty much has their entire force here, with the exception of Kabuki, who is just chilling out on this side here. But everyone else is going to be on this hill here, utilizing that high ground. However, for Deer, they're a little bit spread out here. We see Vantobia in the south. He's just hanging out, not really doing anything, just chilling out. And then, then we have Jahral taking damage. And lucky for him, that fetch blocked that Warlock shot, or else he would have lost all of these goals. He is going to attempt to take out Kabuki's Mortar Dwarves. I think he is able to get one, but the second one will survive. So Jahral is going to disengage. It's 95 to 94% so far. And so it's just going to be lock shots back and forth, and the fetch being used to block those. And I don't know. We'll see. You know, because I think at this point, it might just be whoever makes the first blunder, the other team's just going to capitalize on that and then rush in and try to do it quick and painless. So Ape here is harassing with his Bray. Bray and Nora are very quick, so nothing's going to catch them. But you do have to be careful, because one well-placed Warlock shot will take out that entire clump. So another thing I wanted to... actually, no, that's it. You're up to speed. Congratulations. But it looks as if Jahral is taking some damage from Ape here. Ape has that melee force, that pretty large melee force, that it's basically, he is tasked with locating the fetch and hunting them down if they get separated from the group. But right now he is just dealing some damage to Jahral, who it seems is going to kind of go all in at this point and just rush in. And he is going to lose everything, it looks like, in his attempt to take out a fetch. He might do a little bit of damage, but he is not going to take out any fetch. It looks like those mauls way too powerful, and cutting down all those goals and other units and the rest of his team. I imagine he did that to kind of create an opening for Deer, but they were not able to capitalize on that. And then Ape coming in with his force is going to put Deer off balance here. They are not in a very good position. Nice block shot there by Age, moving that goal in very close, so Sight wasn't able to connect with most of this clumped force here. That was a very well placed mortar shot though for Sight. But already Deer is lost 3 fetch, and so Age is winning the game. So far, some friendly fire there for Sight. But yeah, those mauls are going to clean up. I think Age kind of doing a nice job there. Switch tried to get a shot in, but only able to kill that Berserk chasing him down. And it looks like Terry the Kid is going to be able to snipe Switch's Warlock for some reason. And that is the case. So Age, really all they need to do is rest on their laurels and wait for Deer to come to them. At this point, I think Vantobia needs to get into the battle. He needs to move his units up if he wants Deer to stand a chance to take this game. Otherwise, they are going to lose. So he is using Bray to kind of keep Age at bay. Age, they don't need to press, but they are going to anyway, and Vantobia is going to lose 2 Bray there to Kabuki. Nice shot there by Sight, taking out that Warlock, and almost loses his mortar in the process. He does lose it to that one there, Aki's Warlock. And Switch trying to keep Kabuki from pressing with his mortar. Although, yes, he is not going to walk into that mortar. So Sight is going to attempt to shoot a fireball, but it's going to be blocked by Terry the Kid. Yeah, what you want is you want your unit to draw the fire and then immediately afterwards then shoot. Oh, and then his attack gets interrupted, and that fireball in slow motion gets blocked no problem by Age, so he quickly retreats, having thrown away a couple of mauls in that process. So here we have Vantobia finally realizing what needs to happen, is that he needs to utilize his move his units in to on the offense there, and then Kabuki's Kabuki's mortar finally is taken down. So Switch, you know, trying to keep Age from playing offensively so that Deer can be in a more offensive position. Nice blocked shot there by Switch. But with this many fetch, it's going to be really hard for Deer to be able to rush it effectively. We see 4 fetch here. And actually, somehow, I didn't quite see exactly, but Deer was able to take out a fetch at some point. Alright, so Sasper is given the fetch, and so he's joining in. He is going to block that shot, and Ape is going to retreat there. That fireball came really close, but it wasn't close enough. And Sasper's going to go for it, but uh-oh. Nope, that fireball is going to get him, and that's a game over. Wow, so so nice effort there by Deer, but in the end, the game is Age's, as that dying Warlock was able to get that fireball off and take out Sasper's 2 remaining fetch in 1 shot. So Aki doing really well for Age, 26 kills, 130 damage. Terry the Kid also netting 100 damage for his team. 141 damage and 16 kills though for Sight on the Deer squad. And just look at how close this was. 44 kills to 40 kills. 387 damage to 359 damage. Now 5 of those kills are fetch. 5, well, I guess 4, well, 5 and 1. So those kills are pretty much even. If we take the, well, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, there you have it. Age takes the game, and we're going to go ahead and move into game number 2 in just a moment.